All right, awesome. Thank you guys, and welcome to our Tuesday night team Zoom. I'm super excited to have all of you guys on tonight. For anybody who is new or hasn't been on one of our team Zooms before, my name is Crystal Pearl. I'm an ambassador Diamond with the company. I'm part of your guys' upline team. This is my husband, Josh.
What's happening?
So we're super excited. We started doing these Tuesday night team Zooms about a month and a half ago, and they're really just to give us time as a team to come together, give you guys some meat, some skills that you can take with you during the week to really help you grow your business and build your business. And then it's kind of fun too, because at the end we always like to open it up for questions and kind of just see what you guys are kind of wondering about with your business. So I'm super excited for tonight. We have Carrie on. Carrie, you're on with us, right?
Yes, I'm right here.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Super good. It's so funny because I always get tongue-tied now because I'm going to say Carrie Bauer, and then I'm like, wait, no, Carrie Young. Carrie Young. Got to get used to that.
I have to get used to it. It's weird. You know, your name change is weird.
Yeah, I know. It took me a long time when we got married, too, to get used to the name change. So awesome. I'm so excited to have you on tonight. I know you are a busy lady, so I appreciate you taking the time out for us. So let's go ahead and just have you kind of kick it off. Just let everybody know, how long you've been in the business and a little bit about your story for those that haven't heard it yet.
Okay, so I'm Carrie. I live in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I started this business 3 years ago. It's just so weird to say. I just wanted an extra $500, $300 to $500 to make my car payment and to go shopping. Brandy is my enroller. She stalked me. Well, she's my cousin too, and so she harassed me. I always say that like it's a joke, but she really did, and that's okay. I'm glad she did. So, and I said no for 6 months, and then she got me on the phone, and I became a distributor. She got me on the phone and got my card information. So get people on the phone because I was like, no. Then she's like, she called me. I don't even think we were talking about it work. She just got me on the phone and then she signed me up. So, I didn't do anything for 2 weeks. She told me I had to have a launch party. And so I had a party and she came down and 20 people were going to come. Only 2 people showed up. So I made $50 and I was excited. I was like, I just made $50 cash. And, as a broke college graduate, like that's a lot of money. And so I realized at that moment that 18 other people didn't come to my party. So I was like, and then Brandy went home. Okay. So she lived like 3 or 4 hours from my hometown. And so I was like, well, I got to have another party. And so I just scheduled it and I didn't know how to throw a party. I didn't even know, all I knew is what I saw Brandy do. So I just took the party pad and I just point and read, and I probably messed up a million times, but I still sold a ton of wraps. I mean, I wrapped so many people in my first couple months. I made over $1,000 in wrap cash. So it was awesome. I went executive my first month. My first check was like $500 or $700. I mean, it was crazy. And my other checks weren't that high again until I went like Ruby. But I was just wrapping people, and that's just all that I knew how to do. Like, I just knew we had this wrap. And you had to put it on people. You made money. They got results. And so I was just excited because I had gotten my own results, and I was talking to everybody and their mom and their aunt. And I was like, let's bring everybody to the party. That's 25. It just adds up. And so I partied. And then I moved. And I moved to Dallas, Texas, and I didn't know anybody. And I was scared. And I just wasn't meeting people. I was like, I don't know, I worked as a nanny, and so I would only meet like these kids. I worked with kids all day, and so I was too scared to tell their mom about this because I was working and I felt weird. So I didn't really do anything with this business for a couple months. I mean, I worked it part-time, but it was just like a wrap here. Like, I wasn't consistent. And it wasn't until I went to an O2M in Dallas and I heard Ashley Sinclair, and she was like, she's funny. She was so funny, and she's still funny. And so I remember sitting in the second row, and I remember this lady standing on the stage, and she looked right at me, and she's shy. I mean, she was just this little shy, little sweet lady. And she's like, I have 3 or 5 kids. I don't even know. She had 3 or 5 kids. I'm not sure. It's actually Krista Pettengrew now. Had a girl, she's an ambassador now, but at the time she was a triple. And she was like, yeah, I never thought I was going to be a triple earning all this money. I just wanted Ruby money. And I was like, well, if this lady can do this, like, and she's shy, I'm like, there's no reason that I can't do that. And I remember walking into my job, and I was working for this nanny or this lady that I didn't like. And I just remember thinking, like, man, I hate my job. Like, and I'm like, this sucks. And I just remember, like, I just wasn't happy. And I knew that I wasn't going to get rich working for her. So I called my mom and I said, well, Mom, I'm going diamond. I'm going to get this $10,000 bonus. And I was an executive at the time. And I'm like, I'm going diamond. And it's crazy because it was January that I said that. And conference came around. My cousin Brandy called me because she went to conference. She said, well, I'm leaving you. And I was like, what? Can't leave me. And I'm like, I'm coming. So we ran, and I went diamond 3 months later. My mom went diamond the next month, and we both earned the $10,000 bonus. And then I sat at diamond for a year. I stopped working my business for 3 months. I wanted to quit. As a diamond, I wanted to quit. Christina Treat talked me off quitting, even though I was like, I don't need this business. I don't know what I was doing, but Christina, I didn't even like Christina at the time because she was me, and she was telling me, like, you don't need this. Christina talked me out of quitting. And then the reason that I wanted to quit, though, is because I saw my check going down, and I went from being like a $5,000 a month paid diamond to like a $2,000, and that was not cool for me. I was like, I want my $5,000 back, because you get used to the big checks, and then you're like, well, when you see a drop, you're like, well, maybe this isn't for me, like maybe this isn't what I need or whatever. And the thing is though, I had stopped working over the summer. And so a lot of people are feeling this right now. They're doing the same thing as what I did 2 years ago. I had stopped working I worked it, but I didn't work it like I should have worked it. I wasn't throwing parties. I wasn't doing the stuff that got me to diamond. And so, and what happened was, you don't realize it though. So if you guys didn't work over the summer, you probably didn't realize it until now, like until September, October, because it takes a couple months for your non-effort to catch up to you. And so I ended up losing diamond rank. I went down to being paid as a ruby. And I remember seeing that check, and I was like, you have two options. You can either be like, well, I'm going to quit, or you're going to say, well, I'll never see that check this low again. And I told myself as a ruby, I'm like, there's no way in heck you're going to see me as a ruby again. And so Mark brought back the good bonuses. So I, the next month went diamond, got my bonus back. And then my team got to conference. I couldn't go because I had my son like a week later. And then everybody came back and was ready to run. And I went double, triple, presidential within 7 months, and then 6 months later went ambassador.
That's so awesome. I love that story. And I love it because I got to be there for a lot of it. I remember that when you were kind of at a diamond, kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out, like you could tell that you weren't totally there. So what do you think it was for you? Like, was it just, because I remember it was like, I feel like it was definitely Riley, because it was like right after you had him, right after conference, and you were like, boom, we're going. What was it for you that just, you were like, I'm doing this?
That's so, yeah, I normally say that part of the story. I don't know why I didn't, but it was like, I don't know, you guys, when I became a diamond, I wasn't single. I was single the first part, but like, I was like young and free, and I could do whatever I want. Like, and then that's all that I wanted. I was like $2,000 a month, like, or 2 to 5. Like, this is great. Like, I don't got to go to a job. Like, this is the best thing ever. And then when I had my son, I remember that, you guys, like, it was just like holding him and just like looking in his face. This part always makes me want to cry. And just thinking, I'll never tell you that I couldn't do this. And I just wanted to be the mom he deserved. And I knew that I was just going to give him everything. And so I never wanted to tell him no. I don't know. I discovered the why that why that I needed this business to work, and it was having my son, and it was perfect timing because everybody was getting back from conference and I wanted to go, and then all of a sudden I had my son and I was like, oh my gosh, now we have to go. Like, you know, I didn't want to live in my parents' basement forever because I was living in my parents' basement. I think Tay ended up moving in with my parents, so we were all living in our parents' basement. I had my car and I still had my car payment, and Tay didn't even have a car. Oh, we might have bought his car with Ruby money, but before that, he was borrowing my parents' car. Like, we were living in my parents' basement, and I was like, this is not the life that I want for my child. And so, hustled. Like, I mean, you guys, I was busy. I had a newborn colicky baby, and he was hard. Like, it was so hard. He was so, oh my God, this is why I don't have another kid, because this is so hard. He was like, well, you know, you had twins. Now I feel like Riley was twins because he was growing up. I mean, it was just bad. It was hard because he was colicky, he cried all the time. I could literally never lay him down because he would just scream all day long. And so I was never sleeping. In the middle of the night, I breastfed. So I was like up in the middle of the night talking to people at like 3 a.m. Like, there was like, I slept like 3 hours. I feel like I didn't even sleep for 7 months. That's kind of how I felt, because it was crazy. Because after I went presidential, it was like Riley like was happy. So I was like, this is great, you know? So I was busy. I worked, and we missed out on so many things. Like, I just remember I didn't, like, people would want to go to the zoo, and I was like, well, I don't have time to go to the zoo. I gotta work. Like, I'm not going swimming. Like, y'all can go swimming. You all just leave me here, and I'm gonna work. I don't care what you do, just leave me out of it. And I remember my mom was on my back, and she was saying, like, you're always on your phone. You're missing all these moments of Riley's. And Leslie, who's on here, my sister, she was like, you're all on your phone. You guys are working so much. And my husband now, he was my fiance at the time, I think. And he was like, he even was on my back because he's like, I'm not making any money. And I was like, man, like, but I'm like, everybody just shut up and get off my back. I don't even know. I just was like, I'm like, I don't care. You don't know where I'm about to go. And so I just ignored everybody because I knew what was about to happen. Like, I knew what could be created and what I was like, I just felt the momentum. And then I remember, I think I came up as a triple to the OTM. And I remember Josh was like, Carrie, I forget this part, but I remember now because you're on here. You're like, Carrie, you have momentum. You better run. And I was like thinking, I'm tired. Like, and Josh told me I got to work harder. And so that stuck in my head for a long time, because you were like, you better run because you have momentum. And if you stop, your momentum stops. I'm like, well, there's no way in hell this momentum's stopping. So I was like, I'll work all day and night. And so I just ran. Oh, yeah. Leslie's so funny.
I'll never forget that.
Yeah, and it's so true, because I mean, we say that all the time. When you have momentum and it's like that magic thing where everything's just flowing, everybody's working, everybody's excited, like, you have to take advantage of that, because it doesn't last forever. This business goes in cycles, it goes in seasons, and it will come back. But yep, what you do while you're in momentum is going to set you up for years. So you really need to take advantage of it and run with that. And I like what you said too about your why, because I think that's something that, you know, we always tell people it's so important that you have your why, but sometimes it doesn't come right away. And that was something for me. Like, I probably didn't have my real, true, solid why for probably a year or a year and a half into the business. So for those people that are on, if you're kind of there, that's okay, but you have to make sure that you're always digging to find that true why, because when you find that true why, that's when the magic kind of happens.
We were at that green carpet event or boot camp with you, and we're like, Carrie, what the hell, man? Let's get out and party, whatever. And you're like, whatever. You just weren't feeling it, remember? You're like, I don't even know about this event. And then all of a sudden, yeah, remember the green carpet?
Oh, I was pregnant and I was sick.
That was kind of like, I feel like your season where you're kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah, you didn't have your why yet, kind of. And it was like totally, like it was something like, you know, like Christina and Crystal would talk about, or Brandy or whoever, like, you know, is Carrie feeling this? And you were, I think you were Diamond at the time, but you were just like, you were like early, like, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, kind of. And then all of a sudden, like you say, once conference hit, I remember you saying, you're like, damn, I needed to be there. And bottom line, you took the excitement and ran with it. Now, I'll never forget being in Aberdeen when you were just on fire, lit up, pumped up, fired up, jacked up, ready to roll. And I was like, dude, you got momentum. You need to let this rip. You know, you got that team chemistry going. You guys just keep going. because there's nothing like that. So, and you definitely did. We're prouder than hell, yes. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's so
I
cool.
was sick.
Really
That's why I didn't work my business. I was so sick.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to do anything with my life. Like, I don't know. That's why I'm like, I don't even want to get pregnant again because I'm like, what if that happens again? Like, but now I know how to work the business. I think, who was it? You guys who told me, like, you know how to work the business now, so it'll be different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't have my, I didn't know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Now I know it's easy.
No.
You learn a lot in a year.
Yeah.
You can learn a lot in 6 months.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
So
let's talk about, because I like what you said too, where you were saying that some people are at that point right now where maybe they lost their rank, they lost a good bonus, or they didn't work through December, and now they're seeing checks go down, people quitting, whatever it may be. What advice would you give somebody in that position? Because I know, like for me, just even in a couple days, it's happening. I'm getting messages, people are asking me about it. What would you say to somebody who's in that situation right now, since you've kind of been through it?
And I think we go through it every season too. It's not just 2 years ago. I mean, this is just, it's normal. And so I've been through it now that I know that it's okay. It's okay. You just have to, it's almost like, you know what's going to happen. And so you either can sit back and, do what you were always doing, or you can work harder. And this is actually the time to work harder, because you can maintain, or like you could, I wouldn't say that you'd like drastically increase your check. You could go diamond and stuff, but like you could see more growth than normal. I mean, anything's possible, because you guys, Connor, when I signed her up, she had no idea about anything, no season. She didn't know anything. And she went presidential in November and she was like, oh, I'm the only one on the Show Me the Money call. And I'm thinking, yes, because you had no idea. and so it really is. It's just all in your head. It really is all in your head. So, I mean, like, I'm still seeing growth. Like, I'm still signing more people than ever, because I'm working harder. I would say that in January it comes easier. I don't know. I think it comes easier in January, February, March. I mean, that's just like easy. Now is the time you really have to put in the work. But I think it's almost because you put in the work, now you can reap later. Like, you're sowing your seeds now to get ready to sprout for what's about to come,
Right. So instead of getting discouraged and just kind of thinking about it, just get to work. Action removes negativity. Activity removes negativity. Awesome. I love that. So let's talk about the importance of conference, because that's coming up and we know everybody needs to get there. We know what it does for people's business. What would you tell somebody who's kind of on the fence about conference right now?
You can't afford not to go. You really can't afford not to go. Like, we're trying to figure out how, like, we're going to get all of our team there. Cause I just think about it, you guys, like last January, not this January, last year, 2015, January, I went to conference, or I keep saying I went, but like, I didn't get to go, but I felt like I was there kind of, because I was dancing on the stage, like whatever I won the lip sync contest.
Lip sync, yeah. So funny.
I couldn't go, but I felt like I went, but because I was pregnant. So, but I still had 8 people on my team go. And those 8 people helped me get to presidential in 7 months. And my husband went triple in 7 months too. So we went presidential and triple within 7 months because our team got to conference. And so not only do you need to get to conference, you need to get as many people on your team. Because what if you got 8 people on your team to conference? Like, you could for sure go, you could for sure go diamond, way more than that. But if you can't dream that big, I couldn't dream that big. I was just excited to go double.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. It's definitely a game changer. Okay, so you do the majority of your business through social media, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so give everybody a couple social media tips with, things that you do that are, really great income producing, because social media is kind of a tough game for people, and it's really easy to get caught in the trap where you feel like you're working and really all you did is scroll on your phone for 2 hours. So give everybody a couple just top social media tips about what they should be doing with their social medias.
I just feel like if you're not, this is my new thing. I just feel like if you're not messaging, like, you're not working, because you guys, like, I post, like, I can attract people because I have a brand. I've created like a brand, which brand yourself, become the page that people want to go to. But not only that, like, reaching out to people because you never know like who's interested. But I don't cold message though. I'm saying like, like if you like my post, or if you like my post, I can message you. Or if you've built a relationship with somebody long enough that you're like, oh wow, I want her on my team, then send them a voice message and just be genuine about it. And be consistent. Consistent is like the most important thing. Like showing somebody that your business is open every single day. Because if you're not posting every single day, how do I even know that you're still a distributor? Like everybody's going to sign with me because they know I'm consistent and I ain't going nowhere. But if you're scatterbrained and you're posting like every other day or once a week, and then I'm like, well, would I rather sign with this girl who's posting once a week or me who's posting every single day, every few hours, Like, think about that. Do you want people to sign with you or not? Like, do you want to grow your team or not? Because if you do, you need to be consistent. Like, people need to know that you're like, be that it works girl. Like, I'm the rap girl, and my, like, people know, they're like, oh, there's a rummage sale site, they tag me because they know I'm all up in it, So be the rap girl, be consistent. Posting isn't enough. And then, pull people off social media, because like I've been doing that a lot lately, and I like launch parties. I still like parties. I still launch people, and I have parties like we have one tomorrow. I'm excited. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the belly belly is super fun. And that's why I always tell people, like, use social media as a tool to get those things going, because especially I think with a lot of the changes on social media, I think that's where we're really going to need to start going, is more of that in your face, belly to belly, and just remembering social media as a tool. And it's an awesome tool, and it's a great way to connect with people who aren't local if you don't have a huge local network. But I think that is important. And we tell people all the time that, like, our goal is for when somebody think about It Works, we want them to think Josh and Crystal Pearl. Like, that is our number one goal with our network, and that should be your guys' number one goal as well. And, people want to work with somebody who's committed. And if you're not posting every day, you're not committed to your business. So I think, just like you said, being consistent, being committed, showing you using the products nonstop, wearing your gear, because people know you're serious about it when they see it on you all the time. Okay, awesome. I love that. That's great. What are some of your top income producing activities that you make sure that you're doing every single day? Messaging. Okay, so walk us through that.
Follow up, like following up.
Yep.
Following up with people, messaging and posting. I mean, that's really what I do all day. I just post, message, follow up.
Yep. So it's just kind of a continuous cycle. So walk us through like what a message would be. Like, okay, so you're seeing somebody who is, liked maybe 2 or 3 of your posts. Like, what are you messaging them? Because I think that's a lot of times people are like, they don't know what to message, or they say way too much.
I just say, hey, whatever. They're like, hey, thanks for the love of my post. Are you interested in what I do? Or are you interested in trying the products? Or interested in the apps? Whatever they liked. And then I was like, that's all I say. I just keep it so simple. I suck at messaging too, so I'm like, that's easy for me.
But I think it's the simplicity of it, because like I said, the number one mistake I see from people is they maybe they see that somebody's like their wrap post, and so they send them this big long message about what the wrap is, what it does, how much it costs, and they're like, whoa, I was just being nice and liking your post. You know what I mean? So I like that simplicity of it, because I think that's not going to scare them away if they really are just liking. They're never really just liking your post to be nice, but it's not going to scare them away if they were just kind of checking it out. So I think the simplicity thing is definitely huge. All right. What do you do? What are some things that you do to keep yourself filled up? Because you've got a large team, and there's a lot of people on here that, it's all different levels. We have newbies that are on here, and then we have people who have very large teams as well. What are some things that you do to keep your cup filled?
So I do Audible books. It's like I used to read a lot when I was younger, but I just don't have time to read now. And so I'm always listening to audiobooks, like when I'm in the shower, if we're driving, just like any spare, if I'm getting ready or putting makeup on, like I'm always listening to an audiobook. And so, I go through for sure I try to do like 1 book a week. I'm trying to get up there like Pam Story. I went to her house, and she has the books she has, are crazy, and they're amazing books, like books that I want to read. And I said, Pam, your library is crazy. Like, have you read all these? She said, I've read every single one of them. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, and I heard that, what was it? Like, I think Denise Walsh said billionaires read 2 books a week. And so I'm like, well, I need to be a billionaire. I want to be a billionaire, so I got to start reading. And that's really true because, your income will never succeed your personal development. And so if your personal development is here, your income's not going to be up here. And you might have a lucky jump, but it will always come back to where you are. Always. And so like personal development is so key because you need to grow yourself before you'll grow your team. Before you'll find that runner, you have to become that rock star yourself. You have to have a solid mental attitude. And so like, I'm like all up in these books. I just finished one. It was really good. It's called See You at the Top. By Zig Ziglar. And Pam said that was one of her first books she read, and she said it set her on fire. So I was like, well, this is a good book to read. So yeah, it was awesome. I mean, I'm always listening to self-development. Like now I just started reading the Bible just like yesterday or 2 days ago, because a study Bible. And I'm like, the Bible is even awesome. I'm like, I just feel like I'm learning so much stuff. And they said that Zig said that the most excited people are people that are growing. Most excited people are people that are growing. And that's why I think I'm so excited all the time, because I'm like learning all these new tips, and, I have somebody pouring into me daily, and, you become like the 5 people that you're around. So think about it right now. Who are the 5 people that you surround yourself with every single day? Like who in your life do you spend the most time with? 5 people. Because if you have a naggy best friend who talks about baby drama and she's making like $8 an hour at Walmart, not saying Walmart's bad, I like Walmart and stuff, but if she's only making $8 an hour, and then you have a $6 an hour, and you're maybe hanging out with somebody over here that's making $10,000 a year, I mean, you're not going to make much more than that. You're the average of the 5 people. And so in my head, I'm like, well, I need to surround myself with billionaires. And so Zig Ziglar, Tony Robbins, he's freaking balling. And so I'm like, I need to ball like Tony, so I just make sure that my two of my people, of my 5, are people that are pouring into me. You don't have to know them, but if you have YouTube, you know them. You can know them. And so you need to have people that are more experienced, more knowledgeable than you pouring into you, because you will become more like them.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so important. And I've had people say that to me before, where they're like, I think I've done all the personal development that I can do. And I just like look at them like, no. And that's the thing, like you will always be growing. Like you can't ever just say, I have arrived. Unless you're Jesus, then maybe you can say you don't need any personal development. But I think he's the only one that gets a pass. So no, I love that. So tell us a little bit about Pam's House. How stinking awesome was that? Give us a little bit of an inside scoop.
Oh my gosh. Pam is just like so real and so to the point. And I think I learned a lot from her. I actually learned way more about the products than I learned about the business too, but I just learned so much about the products, that things like I had never, ever heard. And it's because Pam doesn't, and I told Pam, like, you need to start talking about this stuff, because I will never not take New You because of it. But one thing that I learned is we were laying on the beach, and I'm just following up with all these people because they had just announced these bonuses. And I'm like, Pam, well, what should I say to this? And she's like, get started. I was like, what? She's just so simple. Like this, I'm like, well, what is this girl? This girl's like, well, what do I need to do to go diamond? And Pam's like, get started. I was like, okay. And so like, she was coming back at me with like, she's like, and then they're like, and then what? Press join. I mean, Pam's just like, go to my website right now, click join, and then we'll get you started. Like Pam's like, just get started and then we'll figure out the rest. Like, I mean, she's so simple that I learned that whatever you're saying, if it's not so stupid simple, then it's too much, right? And so I learned that from Pam. She's just fierce. I don't care. I love her. So one really cool story I'll tell you about the products. I told us at our team meeting the other day, it was so crazy. So I got to start with this part, because Mark went to the doctor and he asked the doctor, that the doctor was like, you need to start taking a good multivitamin. And Mark was like, yeah, well, what's a good one? And the doctor said, well, I don't know. You better take a good one. You only live once. And so, Mark goes to GNC and he's like, well, what vitamin should I take? And GNC was like, well, I take this one because it's a pretty bottle. And so Mark's like, we need to come up with a good multivitamin. And so Pam said they put it out there and they're like, we need a really good multivitamin. So they ended up finding this company, and this is actually the company that Dr. Don was with. And, you know, they found the It's Vitals and the regular and the New You, and I can't remember what else came from there. But so Mark's in the other room, and they're about to buy this company, and Mark's in the other room. And Pam's just sitting here, you know, and all of a sudden these three ladies run in and they push her up against the wall, and they're like, where is it? Where's the product that makes your wrinkles fall off? Where is it? We know you have some, and we know it's not discontinued. We know we'll pay cash. We want these bottles. We know you have a few bottles around. We want this product. And Pam's like, so she runs the room. She's like, what is this product that these ladies are talking about? And so at the time, this company, I can't remember what it's called. It's called So Something, because it was so vital, so regular, so new. And then we bought it and called it It's Vital, regular, and New You. And so it used to be called So. And so, well, they're like, yeah, it's a So New product. And so Pam's telling me about this New You product that we have. And she said, the New You, at the age of 24 to 25, your human growth hormone starts decreasing. And the moment that your human growth hormone starts decreasing is the moment you start dying. And so I'm like, you know, when somebody says that, you're like, oh, crap. And so she says what happens is the human growth hormone, behind your third eye right here is the pituitary gland. Oh, that's weird. Anyways, your pituitary gland, it must produce the HGH. It helps with eyesight. You know, it helps you stay young, look young. Like Pam swears that the New You is what makes her look so young. And so it helps with eyesight, helps with memory. It also helps with just so many things. And so she's like, you know, the moment that starts going down, you start dying and you start aging and so I was like, oh, well, I'm going to start taking it because I'm 25, you know? And she said, sometimes people, it's 2 at night and 1 in the morning. And sometimes people only need 1 at night, but you have to have that 1 in the morning. Like that 1 in the morning is the most important. Right when you wake up, take that 1 EU. But so now I tried it because I take 1 at night and 1 in the morning. Oh my gosh. I just feel like, I don't know. It's just an amazing product. It's just an amazing product. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to age. Well, yeah. And she just told us crazy, crazy stories that I've just never heard before. And so it was just really cool just being able to hang out with her. Like, yeah, that'll be something we'll never forget.
Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to put New You on their auto shifts now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like, do you want to die or not?
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I'm in.
Another really quick story. Pam told me that, so we're sitting in the hot tub and she would just bring up like random things, you know? And she said she used to go to people's houses because she did all these parties, and she'd bring these little alkalizing strips. You can test your tongue and see what everybody took their tongue, and then she'd like, oh, okay, you're acidic, and she'd tell people exactly what they are. And she'd pull out her greens and she'd hold up this book. And I ordered this book. You're going to get this book after this, and this book said, alkalize or die. What's your choice? And then she set the book down. And everybody bought greens at her party all the time. Everybody bought greens. And that's all she said about him. And so people would take this book because they're like, what? And she said you would just see their face just drain and go white because this book is crazy. I ordered it on Amazon Prime after I heard about her. So the other thing is she'd be at family reunions. And she goes, okay, listen up, 2 minutes. I'll be on my soapbox for 2 minutes and that's it. And then I won't ever talk again. So she gets her family and she gets all of them to get all the little strips. And she said they were having a blast. Everybody loves it because it's a game. It's like, well, we're testing to see what we are. And she gets out her greens and she holds up her book. Alkalize or die? Let's eat. And that's what she did. And she's just like, her family would just be like, oh my gosh, like I think I need to get some greens. And so that's all she does. That's all she says about greens. And like, so now I'm going to do it at a party tomorrow. I'm going to try it. I got to go get those little strips, but I'm going to try it because I'm like, how easy? She said, every single person at the party bought greens.
That's awesome. I love it. Again, keeping it extremely simple. That's awesome. Well, you'll have to let us know how that goes. I think that's awesome. I love that tip. Cool. Well, I think something that you are really, really good at is just like whenever you're feeling like strongly about something or whatever, you're doing like a Facebook Live or you're doing it used to be Periscope, you know what I mean? But I think that you're really good about that. Like you don't care. I love it because sometimes you get on and you're like, oh my gosh, you guys, it looks like complete crap or whatever, but make sure that you get on and do it. And I try to tell that to people that when you're feeling something, and I do it myself sometimes, that I kick myself because I'm feeling something like a topic that I'm like, we need to talk about this, and then you wait for a couple minutes or an hour or whatever, and then you don't feel it anymore and it's forced. I think you're really good about if you're feeling something, you get on, you do a live, you're telling people about it. What tips can you give to people that are maybe a little afraid? Because I think Facebook Live is a game changer. So what tips can you give for people for, doing that, kind of doing what you do with that?
I think that, I always think back to like a year or two ago. Like I remember like there's no way that I would have gotten, they didn't even have the live option. So I don't know. I'm sure I would have, but like that wasn't an option then. But I remember they made us do like a 20-day video challenge or something. And that was really what made me more comfortable in my own skin, because you have to be comfortable seeing yourself like on video, all flaws, because you can't edit that. Like, and that's how I got comfortable with it, was because of that 20-day. That 20-day. I think somebody's unmuted.
Somebody's unmuted.
Huh? I crushed it.
Hold on, I am going to mute everybody again, so you're gonna have to unmute. Okay.
I said I like the arugula.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right there.
What are they? Oh, they're done?
Hold on, now we just got all unmuted. Hold on. Okay, Carrie, now you should be able to unmute yourself.
Okay, so so they made us, well, I don't know if they made us, but they're like, let's do this 20-day video challenge. It's going to change your business. And I was like, all right, it's going to change my business. I'll do it. No, I think I was a diamond, and they were like, if you want your team to do this, then you have to do it. And I was like, all right, and then I'm going to do it. And it's crazy because when I started doing it, my team started following. And so I did that 20-day video challenge. It got me more comfortable talking to people, like talking to your phone, really. And also just not caring what people think, because if you like, it's not edited. Like there's no filter on before, even there was no filter before. And so I think that was really what got me. And then it takes self-development and you get better and better as you go. And now, like, I don't care. I'll do videos all day long, but I wasn't like this. And so you don't have to be like me right now. You just have to start, because that's what I did as I started. I started with the 20-day video challenge because I didn't know what to talk about. But now, yeah, it's definitely so important. Like if I get really good ideas, like things will come to me. I'm like, oh my gosh, because I'm in the moment and I'm so excited in the moment. Because you're like, you just heard about this and you're so excited, and then just go live, because at that moment people can feel just like this. Pam said at her house, she said, no scheduling posts. And this is why. She said, because your post, when you put it out there, it's your energy that you're putting out. And so when you post and you have this burst of energy, she said, it's going to attract the right people. But if you're not posting within the moment with that feeling, like she said, that people are probably not going to be attracted to you because there's no energy in your post. And so when I get on and I'm pumped, it's because I'm full of energy. I'm excited about something, and people love excited people. Because 9 to 5 is not exciting. It's not exciting to wake up to an alarm clock every day. It's not. I've done that. It sucks. And so if somebody's on my live being excited, I'd be like, girl, I want whatever she has. Sign me up, And so that's kind of what my idea is. And I'm like, well, I got to show people how excited I am about this business, about these products. I mean, it can be about anything. Like if you're excited about a book, go live, because people will start following you because they want more of what you have. Like whatever. If you're happy, then go live and talk about how happy you are. Like if you just wrapped yourself, like I'm wrapped up right now. I'm excited. I'm tightening up.
I love it. I love it. That's awesome. And it's just, the most important thing is like, just don't take yourself so seriously, because I think the realness of live videos, that's what people are attracted to, especially like I know I did a Facebook Live party, and actually the best Facebook Live party I had, Corbin woke up in the middle of the night. He had a nightmare, so he came out. I had to leave the live party for a second to go get him and bring him out. I'm like, I'm so sorry, you guys. You know, my husband's gone for the night, and I'm a mom, and it was the best party I had because it showed like this is real life. I can just, you know, I'm working right now, but my son just had a nightmare. I can go grab him and bring him and hold him while I finish this up. So I think it's important. Just don't take yourself too serious. Don't worry about the mistakes. Like, it makes you more relatable. It's more real life. So, all right, well, I just have one more question, and then we'll open it up for Q&A for anybody that has any questions, unless you can think of anything else. But I wanted to ask, you know, we have a lot of new people coming in right now. We just had that promotion where everybody got one distributor, and then we had the BOGO on the new DT kits. And I know we have a lot of new people on right now. So what would you say to a brand new distributor who's getting started today? What's your best tip for them for getting started?
Go out and take action. Go out. I just love it because I just feel like ever since coming from Pam's house, she's just like, I asked her that same questions. I said, so Pam, she said, go through your training academy and then go out and do. She's like, I just feel like, people are just so overcomplicating this business. My cousin told me at a wrap party, so I set one up, or I don't know if she set it up for me, but it doesn't matter. We had one. And then I was like, well, that's all I know how to do. So I got to have another one. I don't know how to do it, but I'm just going to do it. And so you just go out and do it. Like you just learn from your mistakes. Like it's nerve wracking, but just the first time I did my party, I was standing up in front of everybody. I think for a while I stood up in front of everybody and I was presenting I was like a presenter, and I'm like, I'm not like that. And now I just sit on the floor, just wear comfy clothes, throw your hair up, because then people are like, wow, she's real,
Mm-hmm.
Want to be able to do what we do, and they have to be able to see you do it. They have to be able to see themselves doing what you're doing, and so you have to keep it so stupid simple. Like Pam says, when you have that party pad, you just point and read. Do not ad lib. I mean, you can add notes. If you have notes, that's fine, because people can read the notes. Like, everything should be off a note, because then people are like, oh, well, that's all she did. And it's so crazy because I used to have this diamond on our team, and I'd go to parties with her. Like, she'd have one-on-ones, and I would just be there sometimes. I would go to her house, and then she'd have people over, and she'd be having these little mini parties. And she would literally, you guys, just point and read this. And I'm like, she sucks at the party pad. In my head, I'm like, man, she sucks at this party pad. Like, she's not doing very good, but she literally pointed and read. And I was like, that was not very good. Everybody signed with her. And I could not figure out for the life of me. I'm like, why are all these people signing with her? Because she would take this and she would, well, that's an old one, but I mean, she would literally just, it was fast. And it was like, and then we just sat there and talked. And so I was like, how did she sign so many people? It's because she just is so stupid simple. She just dumbed it down. She didn't dumb it down. She just read, Now, they always said if you can point and read, you can do this business.
Yep, absolutely. And I think just being excited is such a big thing too. They always say ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. And I think just like you said, people overcomplicate it. They think they need to know all this stuff. No, you just need to be excited and do. Absolutely. Yeah. I love that. Do you have any other questions that you can think of?
Well, I know.
Open it up.
You and Tay are big into personal development. You're saying you're reading these books, doing big things to grow your mind, grow yourself. What are you living by right now at the moment? What did you read in the past week or maybe even today? What is your biggest takeaway for personal development? What's the most solid quote you've heard in the past week, or just like a small piece you could share?
Okay, I got one that's crazy because I just printed it out. I have a quote. I post quotes on my thing on my computer, so I see them every day, and I feel like it starts getting in my mind. But the one that I just got done reading today was "See You at the Top" by Zig Ziglar, and I just started this study Bible. It's the study Bible. I got it on Amazon Prime. It's like $13. It's actually really, really good, and it describes the Bible, but it also gives you study part. It's crazy. It's the easiest read ever. So, one of my favorite, two of my quotes that I have on my thing is set a goal to become a millionaire. not for the money, but do it for the skills you have to learn and the person that you have to become.
Man.
You know, because remember, your personal development or your income will never exceed your personal development. And so if you set your, ready to be a millionaire in your head, then your income will eventually, it will meet it. It's a law. This is the law. And so if you're not growing yourself every day, you're losing money, and I'm not about losing money. And so the other quote that I really love is, it's Galatians 6:9. I think it was, this is from Rachel Williamson. Oh man, they did a crazy awesome live video the other day. Did you guys watch that?
I haven't yet. I'm going to do it tonight. I've been
I have made Kay watch it. It's just God speaks to you, when you feel like you may be going down, he will bring you this crazy thing. So anyways, on their Zoom, or they did a live video, this is the quote or the Bible verse. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. So let us not be weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. And so if you don't give up and you keep doing good, you keep putting in your work, at the proper time we will reap a harvest. And in their video, their word for the whole company in 2017 is harvest. And so I'm I just feel something amazing. I have felt it. I've been feeling it. I know something amazing is going to happen. And I already know Kay Souter, we were sitting when we all had dinner or whatever at Pam's. Kay said that she studied the election year. She studied it. And this is proven that right after the election, January is insane. It's December, January, people go insane. They start spending because they're so excited. It doesn't matter who wins. They're so excited because they want change, and they're going to just spend because they're ready for change. And she said what's going to happen right after this election, it's harvest. And that's really what I feel. I just feel something crazy is about to happen. And then Kay confirmed what I was thinking. She said, no, there's studies. This is proven. She said she studied it in college. And so this is facts, and so I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm the same way. I've been saying that for months. This is definitely the calm before the storm. Something huge is about to happen. And with us being in 6.5 years, I've been through some of those cycles before. And that's what I keep telling people, don't even worry about the people that are leaving your business right now. If you have people leaving, it's a pruning season because they can't go where we're going. And it's going to be amazing. So
pissed that they did. I'll be like, bye. I said it.
Sorry.
All they did all them people were leaving, all they did is they left behind a pile of warm leads. They left behind a pile of people that were right there on the fence.
I was thinking the same thing.
And those warm leads are just waiting for somebody that is going to be consistent, like Carrie said, to show up and act like a responsible business owner, because we all own a business here. And if our business is open, they're going to come to us for some business. And they're going to come check it out. They're going to try some product. They're going to join your team. So, anybody that's leaving your business is definitely not a bad thing. It might hurt a bit. Emotionally, it's man, they were good friends, good person. I wanted it so damn bad for them. But it's not necessarily always a bad thing when somebody leaves. Could you just mention one more time what the names were for that Facebook Live or that video?
Oh, it was just
okay. Sorry. Never mind then.
The 20-day video challenge? Everybody has that somewhere, I think. Is that what you're talking about?
No, the video that you just said was amazing, and it was in the ambassador page.
Yeah, but they won't be able to see it. So.
Yeah.
Unless if they upload it for some reason, we'll definitely
it. She is gonna. She posted about it today in the Reaching Higher group. So she probably upload that to the YouTube. I don't know when, but she probably will. If we ask her, she will.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll definitely work on that.
Cool.
Awesome. Cool. Well, we have 10 minutes left, so I want to open it up for questions because I know people are eager to ask you some questions. But just before we do, I just want to let you know, Carrie, we are so stinking proud of you. We appreciate your time today. It's just been so fun watching your journey and everything you've done. And I mean, gosh, just even watching your personal growth, it's been really, really cool. It's been fun to be a part of. So, all right, let's open it up for questions. We've got about 10 minutes. So anybody who has a question, now is the time.
Carrie, it's Christina. I just love you so much, and I'm fired up.
Woo!
You're just so freaking funny. Seriously, for people that didn't know Carrie before, like, it's insane. So I'm telling you, like, you can get there. She didn't even want to blitz anybody, and I made her blitz.
Christina, do you remember that? Do you remember that boot camp when we get? Like,
yes.
She almost skipped the event. Was it green carpet?
She was falling asleep because she was pregnant and so sick, and she didn't want to be there.
I slept through green carpet. I was so tired.
We both were pregnant, and we both were so lame, but I was like, Carrie, get your shit together. We got to go. Like, we need to do this.
It wasn't my time, okay?
So for those of you that don't think you can do it, or you think this happened like one day for Carrie, it's been us, like you guys said, Josh and Crystal said, it's been amazing to watch you grow because it's just awesome. So I'm proud of you.
Oh, you guys are funny. I'm blushing.
She doesn't take compliments well.
I think, well, whether you take compliments well or not, I think one thing to say is, like, you put in the work. Yeah. You know? You're where you're at because you put in the work. And you put in more work than anybody else, and that's why you're at where you're at.
Yeah, I always said that. I think I ended Brandy. I did a Zoom for Brandy last night, and I said, everybody can be here, but you just got to take more action than I did. Like, you could surpass me, but you're going to have to double or triple your action because you got to do more action than I did, And so anybody can be here, and you just got to go out and do. Like, this business just takes work, you guys, and it's so simple. It's so simple. You just got to work. I mean, it really is. Like, there's no secrets. You just got to work.
Yep, absolutely.
Nobody's going to pop up a question? Come on.
I have a quick question. Carrie, I'm just wondering, with all the changes and stuff in social media, are you having to change anything that you've been doing? Now that all algorithms have hit and all that kind of different stuff, have you changed things up a bit?
I post less, actually, which I think is even better for me because I was like, man, it's less stuff I got to think about. But I actually post less, and I know that I do, like, because if you post too soon, like, then you're canceling out your own post. And so because it's only, they're like, well, Facebook, if you have 2 posts coming up, and Facebook's like, well, which post should I show? They have to decide between your posts. So I'm like, well, I might as well just post one because this is the one I want them to see. And so I post for sure every 2 hours. I don't go every hour anymore. I used to do every hour, and now I do every 2 to 3 hours. For sure in the morning. I like to go live at noon because everybody's on lunch hour, and I'm like, who do you want to spend your lunch hour with, yourself or with me? And so I like going live I like lunch hour because people are bored and they're at work and I'm not, and I'm having fun. And so I show them that with something, whether I rap or whatever. Anybody could really go live because everybody's on lunch hour. So lunch hour, and then sometimes I hit afternoons. If I'm doing something, I'll probably hit an afternoon post, and then for sure around supper time, and for sure at night. Because I just feel like those are gold times. Afternoon isn't optional, so 4 to 5 times a day. But I'm doing a ton more videos because that's just where Facebook's at right now. Like, Facebook is featuring videos, and so I'm like, why?
Videos.
And even with the new update, it's super cool because you can be scrolling, and all of a sudden in the corner, like, a live video pops up. So I don't know. I think it's like the coolest thing.
I don't even have that update. Mine's not shown. When is that?
I don't know. I just updated mine on Sunday when we were at that OTOM, and I was scrolling, and all of a sudden, like, a live video popped up, and it says, do you want to watch this? And it's like the coolest thing ever. So I don't know. Maybe you need an update. My live feature went away, so I was like, what the heck? So I updated, and then it started doing that.
And it came back. I don't know. Yeah, somebody was just saying, Carrie, I got on because Facebook told me to get on your video. And I was like, oh, yes. That means and then it just kind of turns into your personality. But if that's not you, well, you still need to do it because that's just how Facebook is right now. So it's featuring videos.
Right.
And so I'm like, well, I would rather one video could be better than 5 posts. So I'm like, why waste your time? Not saying posting is still good, but I don't know, videos are where it's at right now.
Quality over quantity. Like,
Yeah.
matters.
And
Yeah.
your videos aren't all let's rap or you need to try this product. There are probably some personal development, some lifestyle, and then, you know.
They're mostly it works, but I did do my first like Bible type one, like personal development the other night, but I mostly talk about it work because I'm like, if I'm going to go live, you're going to hear something about, or I mean, I might go live about personal development, but I throw it works in there. I'm like,
Yeah.
or you wear your it work shirt or they see this in the background and they're like, well, it's like planting those seeds, you know?
Yep.
I like the one, Carrie, where you made those balls, those protein balls.
Yes. I got a ton of shares on that. I went live and made protein balls. And
you're always excited no matter what video, unless you're fired up about something, then you're sort of pissed off and then excited. and you don't even care, because that's the thing is like people want to see the real you. I mean not negative shit, but you know what I mean, like
yeah.
Like I think Carrie needs the shirt that says I'm excited. Maybe Mark should like have one just for Carrie, because everybody would buy it.
I'm so excited. And they'd be like, what are you excited about? Oh, looking for ideas. You can send in a Smiles ticket. They really are. They're looking for Pamela, who is like, she's like, I don't even know. Pamela is the director of marketing at It Works, Pamela. She actually was down there and she said that they are really looking for ideas, what people want for our clothing. So send in a Smiles ticket because they really want to know now what they want. Like, she's asking me, like, what do you want to wear? I'm like, I don't know, cute stuff. Like, I told her the stuff I like, and so she's so cool. So she said they said the stuff that's coming out on the cruise is going to be awesome.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Amazing. Cool. All right, who else? We probably have time for maybe 2 more questions.
Okay, Janessa said, oh, sorry.
Yeah, she wants to know your favorite Audible, yeah, Audible downloads.
I like one of the ones that I really like. The See You at the Top was good. Power of Positive Thinking. That was the one I read before that. That was really good. It really talked about the Bible. I mean, it was crazy, like talking about how you can read all these books and really every single book is pulling verses from the Bible. Like, and they said that the Bible is basically like where all these self-development books are coming from. And so that's why I was like, they're like, why didn't you just read the Bible? Like, so that's why I started that. But Power of Positive Thinking is awesome. The other one I really liked, I have a ton, but the one I really liked was called, I just pulled it up. The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. Really liked that book. It was really good. I feel like it covered almost everything. I don't know. I've read so many books, but those two I'd recommend those ones. I read the 7, yeah.
Awesome. All right, who was just going to ask a question? Go for it.
Hi, this is Tiffany. I have a question. I want to know, when you relocated to Dallas, like what were your challenges and how did you address them?
Because I didn't know anybody. And so like I didn't have a warm market in Dallas. I didn't know anybody. So I started building relationships like with what I was already doing. So like I went to a tanning salon. That was when I tanned, but I don't tan anymore. I just spray tan, which is good for you. So, but I would build relationships with like I ended up signing the owner of that tanning salon because I went in there like every other day, and you know, we just ended up talking, and I ended up signing her, and she went crazy for a little while and she quit. But I mean, still doesn't matter. I still signed her. I signed her customers. Like, I still have some of her customers still ordering. But I ended up asking her if I could put like Blitz cards in there, and she let me. And I sold wraps because of that. I met some awesome people. The gym that I went to, I would meet people at the gym, and I would just add them on Facebook. I mean, and the reason why I did that is because one time somebody told me that if I wanted to go diamond, that I had to blitz 10 people a day. And I was like, oh, I don't know how to blitz, but I'm going to do it because I want to go diamond. And so I just started doing it, even though I was scared. I remember I'll never forget being in Barnes & Nobles, and I was like starting to put these coupons in the fitness magazines. And then I realized, well, I'm wasting my money because I'm not giving this to anybody. So I was like, I got to blitz. There was 2 ladies behind me. I'm like, I'm just going to blitz them. I got to do it. I have to do it. I'm not leaving the store until I do it. And so they were behind me in line, and I just turned around and I said, hey, here's a coupon for you guys. And so I don't know. I sucked at it right away, but now it's just like, I'm not scared. You just got to get over yourself and just go do it.
Maybe tell people what blitz cards are, what blitzing is, because there are new people.
You get 25 blitz cards in your kit, and they're coupons. So you just write your information on them and you pass out those coupons.
Easy.
Or you go to dinner with Christina and she'll tell you that if you don't blitz the waitress and get her phone number, then, or I don't know if she dared me or she told me that I had to blitz you told me that I had to blitz this waitress and get her phone number, because I was like, I suck at blitzing, and you're like, get her phone number. And I was like, can I have your number? I got her number. I never called her because I don't, that's not my thing. But I did it because she made me do it. And so then I realized it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not as bad. It's just like starting something new, a new sport. You don't know how to do it, but you learn. And so it just gets better the more you do it.
Isn't it 20 seconds of pure insanity?
Yeah, or courage.
Yeah. Courage.
Courage. Yeah, it's like it only takes 5 seconds of courage.
Whatever.
That's it.
See, you don't got to be smart to be in this business.
Yeah, see, I know, I say that. I feel like I did a party the other day, and I was like messing up. I'm like just messing up, just like stuttering even, and I was like, I'm sorry guys, you don't have to be that smart. And it was probably the best party I had, because I wasn't perfect, and people saw, like, just because I've done this for 3 years doesn't mean that I know everything. I still don't know everything, and I don't care. I don't need to know everything. I just know how to make money, and that's it.
You're not a Reddit all, Carrie. Not at all.
Change people's lives, okay? And you get paid to help people. It really is it.
Yeah. I love it.
Carrie, I have a quick question for you. So when you said that you lost your, your paycheck, when you went from 5,000 to 2,000, what did you do to boost your volume to get your paycheck back up to it?
I actually we went into a different season. And so I never ever went back to that 5,000 diamond check. January came around. I got back up to my $2,000 paycheck, being paid as diamond. So I went from a diamond, 2,000, then I went to a ruby because I wasn't working in business. And then I went back diamond. And then conference was right there. And so it was just like new year, everybody's ready to run. And then my paycheck went like, I didn't even care. I was like, $5,000, what's that? And that's how fast life can change. All I did is after I decided I needed this, I started working. And so that's all you can do is just work. I mean, Pam Sauter, I asked her, I was on the Zoom with Pam Sauter, with whatever, she's on our Zoom, and I said, somebody asked me, how do you increase volume? Because that's the only way that you increase your check is by increasing your volume, okay? Because we get paid off of volume. So if you have tons of volume, then you get paid more. And that's just how this business works. So I said, well, Pam, how do you increase volume? Basically, how do you increase your check? And she said, work. And that's all she said. And I was like, all right, Pam, I got to go to work.
You said you're big on social media. Do you message like hundreds of people a day?
No, it just depends when I need something. Like if I feel like I need to, I'm not very consistent. I don't know. Like, so I go on sprees. Like I would suggest, like I probably message like 20 to 30, but like if I really am going for something crazy, I'll go crazy and I'll message like 500 people, and then, or I'll follow up with like 500 people, and then like I get really lazy. So it's better to be consistent and message 25 every day instead of being like 500 and then not do anything for
out. Yeah,
because I get burnt out really easily, and then I have to go like do something for myself, like watch Scandal or something.
Don't let her fool you. She's always on her phone.
I'm always working. I am always working. I've tried to take more breaks now because I feel like it's not enough.
No, you've only had one break, and then you were like, I need to get back to work. I remember that.
Don't take a week off. I went on honeymoon. I'm saying go on your honeymoon and stuff, but like I went on a honeymoon. It was really hard for me to get back to work. It was really hard. I wasn't working like I used to. I got out of my groove and I didn't like it. Now I'm back.
Well, it's good that you enjoyed your honeymoon. So
yeah, it felt weird, but it was good. But now I'm back. And I ain't going back. I'm not going back away.
I love it. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up. I know, Carrie, you're super busy, and we appreciate you being on and respect your time. Any closing thoughts before we say goodnight?
I would just say you already know what to do. Like, you already know what to do. We have a wrap. You can put it on people. You can blitz. You can wrap, and then repeat. Like, you already know what to do. So just go out and do it. You know what I mean? Like, you have to decide, like, are you going to change your life or not? Like, are you going to get out of your comfort zone and make more money, or, for your child or whatever you're trying to make money for? Are you going to change yours and your family's life or not? Like, do you want to make money or not? Like, so you have to decide, like, do you want this? And then once you decide, then just go out and do and take massive action. And when you take massive action over time, consistently taking massive action over time, that is when you will become successful.
Boom. Mic drop. I love it. Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being on. Just a reminder, the tickets are live now for the December to Remember training on December 10th. For those of you that are local to Minnesota, it's going to be amazing. We're so excited about it. We have a couple other ambassadors coming in for it. And other than that, everybody have a great week. Thanks again, Carrie, and we will see you guys next Tuesday. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you.